What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules?
Hi everyone.
And imagine a utopia.
Good morning. My name is Dunia Zwin. I spent 2024 on building my startup, Meuf. It's basic chick in English. It's basically a social network that provides a safe place for women from all the craziness that's on social network. And before that, I was Chief AI and Data Officer at Brut, the media.
And my name is Virginie Cornu. I've been spending the last 20 years in tech and data, mostly as developer, data engineer, and then VP of data at Miro, amongst others, and Jelly Smack. And right now I'm focused on helping professionals, especially non-tech people, to embark in this new Gen AI revolution. So today we are going to talk about our journey because we both created startups last year. And yes, we made no unicorns, not yet at least, but we really made one big realization. We've both been working in tech, data, AI for a lot of years. We've seen the power of AI in our products, but it was really a realization to see that other than products, even bigger, Gen AI now can change everything and accelerate the creation of startups. But first, I would like to take a step back and look at another historical paradigm shift, because it's not the first time that we experience such a technological disruption. Most of you probably heard about Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the current one, but I guess very few of you have heard about the micro generation that sociologists have distinguished that is not here yet. It's a micro generation of people that were born, it's very specific, between 1977 and 1983. And they are called the Xennials. So it's a contraction between Gen X and Millennials. And why? The sociologists have distinguished this very specific microgeneration because those people, they were born and raised before internet, before the social networks. So they used newspapers as a source of information, as they used to go outside playing with other children as a source of entertainment. They didn't have social networks. They used to live in a whole other world. And then they entered adulthood with Facebook, iPhones, internet, social networks, etc. And then the millennials came in and they were quite different. They were in an era of constant disruption. They demanded a whole new set of products and behaviors. Speed, personalization, seamless UX. We went from CD to Napster to Spotify. We went from Blockbuster or DVD rental to Netflix. And it was a whole new era of digital products. So the Xennials, the Gen X, the Xennials, they were here. They were here to witness that and to take the bridge. So the Xennials, they have lived in a world without the Gen AI. They lived before ChatGPT. They used to do search on Google search to ask questions. And they are not used to live with an AI assistant all the time, everywhere. But the next generation will be used to that. So as product and tech leaders, we have to change the way we do products and we envision the future. So what changes? We are probably now the AI, the Xennials of AI, kind of, because we are witnessing this bridge. We used to learn to build without AI. The Gen AI natives will grow up with AI as a natural extension. We understand the how and the why behind AI, and we actually question it. The Gen AI native will probably just trust the output without any question. An analogy is that we learned how to drive. Probably most of us know how to drive. We learned it. But tomorrow with the autonomous vehicles, we just probably get in the vehicles and say, take me there. And that's all. And of course, the, let's say, dangerous part is that we are still able to spot biases and limitation, but probably the next generation will overtrust or under-question the AI, because yes, you have the answer right now. As Carmen said, it's like very well written and very fast, so you are prompt to really trust it. So we enter in an AI era products, and what does that mean for the Gen AI natives? They are also in an era of constant disruption, as the millennials were, and they'll probably expect, as the millennials were, an upshift in their products. So probably, of course, AI by default, like everywhere. Voice-first interfaces, autonomous agent, hyper-personalization, goes not what. What is interesting is that all of us in this room who are product builders, tech professionals, product people, we are not only witnessing this change and this shift, we could actually be the architect of a whole new economy. And this is why we can build bridges to an AI era startups. It goes beyond products, it goes to startups. And why does it change everything? Because we are going to, I don't know if you remember that from Mark Zuckerberg, move fast and break things. It was the motto. So probably now it will be move faster and let AI fix things, from hardware to software, from software to AI. And the last one, we used to be, to call a solo founder someone that is alone, and she was very alone. Right now, nowadays, a solo founder is not alone anymore. Your co-founder is AI. It changes everything. We've experienced it last year. We built startup, and if we boil down the creation of startup in 3 major steps, on all of these steps, AI can accelerate massively what you are doing. It used to take a lot of people for the ideation, the market research. Alex talked a little bit about it. The market analysis, competitor analysis, the pricing. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of data to gather, to compute. Now you can have a prompt, do that for you. You can go to any LLM, a Perplexity. They will compute a deep research report of 100 pages within 10 minutes, and you will have the first draft of market research. Product creation is very impressive. Of course, it works for now on, let's say, non-complex apps or websites, I would say, but it's still very impressive, replete, bold, lovable. With just a prompt, you tell it what you want to build, and then in front of your eyes, the code will be written, and then you can hit deploy, and it will be out there. I mean, you don't even have to take over the infrastructure, the servers, the databases. It abstracts a lot of complexity. And for the marketing and launch, you have a campaign to write. You can have the LLM doing the content of the ad campaign. You can schedule it with an agent. You can really take care of everything with an AI agent. Of course, it comes with some danger and some hallucination. So we should always be careful what we are doing with it. But really on those 3 steps, the major party can be, the first draft can really be taken over with AI, and you are not really alone in creating your own startup. You can take over many roles. That's what Dunia is going to show.
So, okay, I came to entrepreneurship very late. I used to be C-level, so to have a team of 20, 30, 60 people. And then I was super excited about joining MUF. And then I had to deliver. And I was like, wow, I don't have a team anymore. So how am I going to do this? And it was a very enlightening experience. MUF is closed today. So we said we're going to do talking about failing startup, but succeeding in learning and in getting some operational knowledge. And I wanted just to share with you very pragmatically how actually you can use AI to just launch a project. We talked about startups, but what we are going to show you will probably help me for any other project, even if it's done in corporate world. So we reached 30K users in 3 months, and in 9 months we were 300 followers on all our social networks. So actually operations scaled very fast, and that's maybe one of the first insights that I want to give you. We used to do startups with prototypes and then product market fit each. And then you think about scaling after. With AI, actually, you can scale from day one. And this is super important when you have a very limited team. When you are a founder, you do everything. You're the chief technology officer. You're doing product. You're doing marketing. In my case, I was doing also customer service because we had e-commerce activities. So no schizophrenia there. You have to do it all. And AI is going to help you scale many of the operations that before we were thinking of scaling after. So we were 2 co-founders and 1 software developer in Bali. So how do you do it? How do you do all this? Because you still need to get those figures up, e-commerce figures, users figures, download figures. You still need to prototype, to do your product, and then you have to run a company. I do believe, especially after this experience, that the best teams out there are not those who have the best ideas. It's very rare, actually, to find something where you have a very new idea that you came up from scratch with. But the best teams are those who execute well and who have managed to do operations at scale very fast. And this is what AI actually today does the best. So you have many shiny use cases that you can deploy, whether it's content creation or even very complex stuff. But when it comes to operations, it's really something that you can do from now because the impact is real and the value is very high. So I'm going to break it to you in 3 parts: fast prototyping and product and software development, then efficient operations at scale, and then growth acceleration. For the first part, I'm not going to talk about it a lot because we already had Ahmed explaining how you can use it for coding, etc. What I can say, and also you have to know, I was CTO, but I'm a lame coder, especially that I come from SQL and Python. So we built our application on React Native. I had a software developer. It's a language that I have learned from scratch. And one day I was crying, so I called Ahmed and he told me, dude, go to Cursor and start coding with it. You're going to see it's going to be super easy. And I did it and it really worked. How it did work? Did I replace the software developer that I was working with? Absolutely not. Did my code be less lame than it was before using Cursor? I'm not sure. But what I managed to do is to have some quality checks on my software developer using Cursor. I was able also to understand his code and to be able to challenge him. And we also fast-tracked anything that came around user testing or testing live. Also, we used Claude a lot to have AI assisted discovery. I had no time, even though I came from a data analyst background, I have no time to crunch data, to understand the feedbacks that we were getting. And again, we went from 0 to 30,000 users in 3 months. So Claude helped us a lot to have this data-driven product approach. Also, you guys, you have to know that in your SQL is going to get better. You can now prompt and then get an SQL query and then crunch databases, even if you're not from a data analyst background. Operations were something else. So we sold for around 50K revenues of e-commerce products. And then we started having people that were angry because they didn't receive their product on time. We didn't apply the discount and all the problems that you can get when it comes to customer service. So we used those tools, Make for automation. Suddenly, I discovered that I didn't have a data engineer, but I could still do some triggers and some data pipeline. Dust was again a huge help, and Tristan talked about it before that. And then we also had some use cases when it comes to customer service classification, email classification, urgency detection that didn't need actually Gen AI. It just needed predictive and very classic machine learning or NLP algorithms. And we didn't again have time to use a proper AI infrastructure. So we just went to Google Vertex, where we had also our BigQuery database, and we just used the algorithms that were already off the shelf on Google Vertex. Again, and this is because I come from an insight data background as well. Insight is super important in those early stages. We used it a lot also when it came to store, strategy, and ASO. And really, like LLM is your first data analyst or intern or whatever. You still have to have a critical distance when it comes to the insight that it gives you. But for what I call level 1 or level 2 data insight, it's super useful. And then for growth, acceleration, 250 or 3,000 followers on Instagram, TikTok. We did also some LinkedIn communication, of course, because we wanted to get funded and we needed to speak to the professional out there. It didn't work, but still we did have some very great content for LinkedIn. So what we did with these tools is have marketing content generated with AI. We had a very clear editorial line when it comes to our communication. We have 3 ways to communicate with our teams: the fun, the emotions, and also the pedagogy. Again, I remind you that MOVE is a social network only for women. So we had a lot of things, communication around violence, around why social networks are not safe for women, etc. And we generated ideas for this content. We removed background with photo rooms. We used Mojo, which is a great French tech. Also, go get it for having video templates that are already designed and where you have the sound that goes with your images, etc. And again, rapid data analysis, but I'm not going to come back to that. So I guess that what I'm saying is that when you have limited resources today, you can actually launch your startup, make it a company with operations before getting funded in seed or even pre-seed, okay? And you can get to 30K users without having a single euro except your energy and those AI services that are just for you out there to use. So I'm going to finish with 2 videos. The first one is we had an operation for Halloween, and we did the content on around menstrual cycle for women. So you don't have the sound, but it's actually the video that counts. So everything here is generated except my colleague Florence, of course. And this went to Instagram and TikTok, and it was very, very viral. And you can see that you can combine some real world images with something that was generated with the AI. And no post-production, no producers, no content editors. Everything was done with Mojo. And the last video is that we had an advertising for our e-commerce activity. If you can go to the other slide. And here the sound is generated by Suno, which is another Gen AI.
Des vergonnées, sincères, hypocrites, coquettes, négligées, naturelles, superficielles, intelligentes, bâties, jeunes, sexy, frigides,
I think we got the idea. So don't limit yourself, even if we are not talking about launching your startup from tomorrow. You probably have a project that you want to make, that you want to prototype. You probably have an operation that is a pain in the ass and that you want to automate. So just do it, actually. I think I've already said that, but just, it's your scalable teammate.
Go on the last, yeah. Yes. I mean, I disagree with Dunia. Do your startups right now or tomorrow. No, but what is important as well is maybe look into the future. Right now, we are using AI as tools. It's Copilot. It's we ask, they assist, they give an answer, and then we execute. Tomorrow, we all say that 2025 is the year of agents, AI agents. I don't know what the level of autonomy will be there, but it is going to happen. So probably our role will change as well from doer, people that are executing with the help of AI, to people that are probably orchestrating, supervising AI agents. So I will just add that so that you have it in mind for the future and your future startup.